So we just got done with two movies that came out into the theater. I'm going to transition to one of our favorite streaming platforms here on Z5. This was Blurr, which was played by Taapsee Pannu, main actress. This is actually her third remake. This one a little bit different though. So this is a horror thriller film where the whole premise is that we have this girl whose sister died by suicide a couple months back, and it was her blind musician sister died by suicide. However, Taapsee Pannu's character believes that there was a bit more than that. Believes that her sister may have been murdered. And that's pretty much the entire premise. So Taapsee Pannu tries to, figure out who killed her sister, but it's all done so while her character slowly begins to lose her vision. So it's this race to figure out who killed her sister, how did her sister die, or before she loses her sight. And ultimately she ends up getting pretty deep down that rabbit hole. But overall, I watched this film, and there were a couple things that I found to just kind of be a tangled mess. Really, the pacing of this movie was very, very choppy. Taapsee Pannu has been in some pretty decent remakes recently, some that did all right, but this most recent one, like I said, I don't know if this is her genre or not, because one, the pacing of it was very weird. Two, the writing, for the character development of her character, like there were just a bunch of details about her sister that we don't really quite explore. Like, for example, we know that she was a musician and we know that she hated hip hop and rap, but there was no ever like really explanation on some of these, really specific details that they added in there. So I overall felt that like the focus of the movie was kind of on the wrong things. Now, one thing I did think that was really cool about this movie, kind of something that you think of like when you see a movie like A Quiet Place, for like a thriller film or a horror film, losing your eyesight over the duration of the film I think that's a really unique angle to kind of take a new horror thriller movie. Not even something I've seen in the US besides, like I said, A Quiet Place or films like that. So that was something that I did think was pretty cool. But I will say the execution of a lot of the horror scenes, a lot of the thriller scenes, just weren't really brought to the screen as well as I thought they would. Instead of really being on the edge of my seat, I was just kind of ready for this film to be done. I do think Taapsee Pannu is a pretty decent actress. However, I don't know if it was the writing, I don't know if it was the direction, or maybe even something in her performance. But this one just did not do it for me. Third time's the charm, maybe not, but we'll see if she makes a fourth one. And do you have any other thoughts?
No, not in Blur at all. I completely agree with your assessment. Definitely.
Yep.
I think it was more of a repeat. It wasn't that exciting to watch Taapsee do yet another